So thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to just share a little bit of what I know. And my name is Michael, Coach Mike, and I'm an innovation coach. My profession and my career, I did banking and finance. So I'm a finance person and a banker. But 3 years ago, I changed careers. I switched my careers into doing this full-time as an innovation coach. And I realized a lot of things that were happening around us. Technology was changing and new things were coming through. And one of the major things was artificial intelligence, AI. So when AI really started, that's when I started getting into it. And I realized that I need to find my passion. I just cannot live without really knowing why am I living. So I did self-introspection and found, what do I really love? What can I do and actually pursue even if I don't get paid? What can I do? So that's when I realized that I'm really passionate about speaking, about helping and sharing information with people, even young people, older people. So with AI now, that's when I realized that, okay, this is a new space. And I started a new startup, a company called AfrIgnite Smart Solutions. And this is something that I want to share with you to see that, okay, with everything that is happening around us, how can I take advantage as a young person? How can I take advantage of this new technology and actually excel through, especially after finding my passion? So today, I just want to share a bit about AI. So how many have heard of AI before? Let me just see your hands. Okay. How many are using AI? Awesome. So can I just have one or two people who can just share with us how they are using AI? Anyone? All right, 1 and 2.
So I use AI for brainstorming. I'm a designer, so when I'm looking for inspiration, I go for AI to check for something that can brainstorm my mind. Thank you so much.
So AI usually for creating presentation designs and for writing reports. Then when it comes to minute writing, it's go back finding our AI tools around that. So that we all look at that for the one and not start going and make away the everything. Then for designing also flyers and other things.
I use AI to write my articles and to plan my things.
Is there anyone with a burning heart like, oh, I also want to say something? All right, okay, that's fine. So I'm really happy that I'm actually speaking to an audience that have been exposed to artificial intelligence. So I just want to give you a quick background history for the benefit of some that haven't actually really known what AI is and what really is the impact of AI in everything that we're actually doing. So technology has always been evolving. New things has always been coming through the ages. And we look back around the 1700s when the first automation started happening, machinery started coming through, people started making machines, right? And the conveyor belts were coming through and people were shocked. What is happening? All of our jobs, who will do the jobs, who will do this, right? But then that first industrial revolution happened, right? And come the 1800s, new advancement actually came through. That's when electricity started happening. Right now we can turn on and off our lights as if it's normal, right? But there was a time that it was a miracle. Like, whoa, there's lights. We only used to have fire and marambi. And then that was the second industrial revolution. And things changed. People say, oh, what are we going to be doing? What is going to be happening? But people actually adapted, right? And come through the 1900s, the third industrial revolution. That's when internet actually came through, right? Internet wasn't there. Right now, Wi-Fi, You know, but there was a time that it wasn't there at all. It was something that was actually new. We are not going to Google, but right now it's something that is so normal and everybody does it. So that was the third industrial revolution, making phone calls, international phone calls. Right now you can call someone who's in the UK anytime, right? But a few years ago, it was not possible, you see. So that was the third industrial revolution. That was technology advancing and changing with the moving of time. But right now we are at the fourth industrial revolution, and it is only beginning, and this is the AI age. So AI is not just a core application that you just use and do fancy things, but artificial intelligence is actually an entire revolution that is going to change literally everything that we do. It is predicted that it is going to affect up to 95% of all jobs. 95%. So which means everybody is going to be affected, probably except plumbers and all, you know, the other guys that do physical things. But even creativity is going to be affected because AI is advancing so much, and it's advancing at a very fast pace that every industry is going to be impacted. Whether you're in agriculture, there are now IoT sensors, there are now AI bots that can actually do the entire farming process from start to end. There is in manufacturing, AI is now affecting even in things that require intelligence. AI is affecting the designers, website designers, software developers. There are other people that actually wait 5-10 years doing coding, but right now everybody can now code, you see. So it's a disruption that is very real, and today I just want to make you conscious of what is actually happening and the wonderful grace that God has given us for us to actually know this information first, because that is the advantage that the early adopters are going to have. Are we together? All right. So for the benefit of those, so now we have come to understand that, okay, so this is the stage that we are with AI. This is the fourth industrial revolution. AI is just beginning. But what can I do? Where exactly can I even go for me to actually know more about this? So this is why people like me and my team, we are available to actually help people to actually know what it is. In artificial intelligence, in general terms, this is just a technology or a computer that can now process things just like a human being. So a lot of people are using tools, but which is good, and for you to actually be really good in AI, you gotta use a lot of tools. But the way that we are using AI, we are underutilizing. I want you to imagine a person who has an AK-47 gun, and they are stored like, okay, this is an AK-47, this is a gun. Go in and do whatever you want to do to this person. You know, we know that a gun can actually just pull the trigger and it actually can kill, right? But Osika utaka kuruamu the fruits in AK-47. Yes, and it, but is it the full utilization of the AK-47?
No.
Is it?
No.
Of course it's not, right? Which means if I only know how to use this gun, I can really do so much more, right? So that's the same thing with AI and the space that we are in right now. You can literally do anything. So that's one thing that I want you to learn, even if you never see me or you forget everything that I've actually said. I want you to understand this part of a session that we want to do. So there's something called prompt engineering. How many have heard prompt engineering? One person. Okay, so prompt engineering is one of the new jobs that AI has come up with. It's already, so when it's ending a lot of jobs, it's also creating a lot of new jobs. I'm now an engineer, but I never did engineering. Isn't that cool? So which means all of you guys in here, you can now become engineers. So you can now really become whatever you really want to become with AI. So prompt engineering, this is the way that you communicate with an AI. This is the way that you interact. So a lot of times you have an AI tool, whether ChatGPT, your Meta AI, or your Google Gemini. These are called large language models. These are AI models that you can communicate to, and they give you an actual response. So how you communicate with that AI is the results that you get from it. So it uses a concept called garbage in, garbage out. How you communicate with it, how you tell it what you want, that's how it also responds back to you. So for you, if you really want to make the most out of AI, you really gotta know what you want. So that's one of the first things that every one of us that is in this room today, you should really know who you are. You should really know what you really want to do. What are the opportunities or even the problems that are around us that can be solved. So even if you don't have the solution, even if you don't have the answer, like how am I going to solve this problem? I'm seeing this problem, but how am I going to solve it? It now comes back to prompt engineering. So all of us have these AI models, we can use them. But how we use them is the real impact for you to actually get more out of it. So you can create even businesses, even business proposals, anything that you can imagine, you can create it. And that's the most powerful aspect of AI, that it comes back to the individual. The technology is there, you already have it in your phone. Probably most of you even have more tools than I do. But how you are using it is the actual impact of how you're going to make it in this fourth industrial revolution that is actually really begun. So I'm just going to give you a few tips. So as you are using AI, your ChatGPT, your Meta, right? What you communicate with it. So you give it a role. You tell it that, okay, you are an expert in writing business proposals, for example, right? You give the AI a role. Or you can tell it, you are a master chef that cooks in 7-star hotels. You're giving it a what? A role. You are an engineer. You are a software developer that develops high-stake level applications. So what have you done? You've given it a what? A role. And when you give AI a role, you now tell it that, okay, so since you are this, now can you create this? You give it a background. For example, a new recipe. You are a 5-star or 7-star hotel chef, and I want to create a new recipe. This is the things that I actually have. So it can actually now make what you ask it to make. So even if you have a certain particular problem, that okay, I want to create a system where people can actually come to my company and book, a booking calendar, so that I know all the order of people that are actually going to come through. You tell it in that line that, okay, you are an expert in this. I want you to create this. If you've never created a website, you can now create a website. Just tell it, you are an expert designer, you are a software developer. Can you make a website for this business? Can you make a business for this particular business or this particular program? And it actually makes it. So in short, AI can create any business that you can imagine. You can really now start anything, and a lot of people are not aware of it yet, are not aware of the power of this technology that has come through. And we are saying that you as young people, this is an opportunity, a window that has been opened. Some call it grace, some call it opportunity or luck, but we are saying that at this point in time as children of God, this is our time to actually get to know more about this technology and actually really start using it for our own work or for our own personal development. And I really think that this is something that all of us should really jump into. So thank you so much for listening to me for this few minutes. And if you want to actually know more about AI, I can just call out my contact number and you can reach out to us, and we can give you a program that is called the AI Advantage Zimbabwe, which is something that anybody, whether ECD or whether a 65-year-old, can actually jump into and actually start using AI. So for the AI Advantage Zimbabwe, you can reach us on 0776 167 076. I'll say it again, 0776 167 076. Okay, so thank you so much.